Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Welcome Bagginses, Boffins, Tooks, Brandy Bucks, Grubs, Chubs, Hornblowers, Bulgers, Brace Girdles, and Proudfoots. And welcome to Fumble Through!
Fumble through!
A podcast that know half of you as well as we would like, and like less than half of you, half as well as you deserve.
What?
Exactly.
Right. 50%.
50%.
50%. So here we are again, Linz. You and me.
Another apology.
Another one of these ones.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm doing all of these ones most of the time.
Well, it's because we're the most dedicated of the four.
It's true.
It's true.
I'm always here.
Yep.
Just waiting. So here we are at the end of Mental Health Month. How's that going?
Yeah, it's not going great. Not going great.
So, ladies and gents, we're here, as you would have guessed, for another apology episode. We, like most gaming groups, have hit some stumbles in terms of being able to record and get together. This group have had lots and lots of plans, but we've also got families like all of you, and we've had to deal with that. Linz?
So, what date is this going out?
This will go out on Monday, the 6th of June, Queensland Day.
Right. So, as of tomorrow at midnight, we will be inducing for our child. This is not really planned as a thing because unfortunately we found out on a recent growth scan that our little baby has a diaphragmatic hernia. So basically what this means is there's a hole in their diaphragm and some of the organs that usually are in your gut, I'll say, are in the chest. So our little one has part of their they have their stomach, part of their spleen, and some of their bowel sitting in the chest rather than in the stomach below.
Yeah, right.
So what this does is it unfortunately stops the lungs from developing as much as they should.
Yep.
So unfortunately, it means within 3 days of birth, they will want to operate, move everything back.
Yep.
And then we're looking at a long stint in the NICU, so the
NICU.
NICU, Neonatal Intensive Care Unit.
That sucks.
Yeah, so this was all a bit out of nowhere because as far as we were aware, we were going in a healthy scan just to make sure it wasn't going too big because our first child was born really large and we didn't want to cause any issues that way. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
So we're here talking about this with you guys, both because we care about Lindsay and, you know, as in all games, we drop the game to take care of the people around the table and we include all of you guys out there listening to this. As we talked about in the last episode, that if there are issues, we want to share them. It helps to share them. And this is one that we're experiencing at the table right now, that Lindsay's, we were really happy for Lindsay and we planned to take a break when the baby was coming and all of that was in place. But things happen outside of the norm.
Yeah.
And we respond accordingly. We respond with people first and everything else second. So for us, this is about us gathering around and doing what we can. And I don't know what we can do, Linz.
That's the most frustrating thing of it for me and Rachel as well. There's nothing we can do. We've been sitting here waiting now, which is pretty hard itself. And I assume once this baby comes, that's going to be harder because we don't get to hold the baby. The baby won't cry. There will be a whole heap of stuff that's just going to be taken off us. And COVID times make this even worse.
Yeah, right.
So as soon as the baby's delivered that night, as soon as visiting hours are over, I'm off home.
So you're free to game?
Maybe. Free to drink is probably going to be a better
fair
option.
Enough.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Like we've got the 2-year-old at home, so it'll be a balance. I'm going to be time poor.
Yeah.
I'm going to be trying to balance, make sure my wife doesn't go too crazy.
There's a lot of care going on in that space and it starts the minute you heard, right?
Yeah.
We were all, our response, and I think, I spoke to Justin and Luke about this and went, we don't know what to do except to say, hey, we're here for you, buddy, and whatever you need, we're here for you. And at the drop of the hat, we will be there for you, whatever you need. And I think that's the important thing that we've learned through this process is about just going, actually, the people part of this is really, really important.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the biggest things I wanted to say in this and doing this is like, I'm going to have to step out for a bit, but I'm hoping to return. Like this has been, we're not a massive community, but the people here seem to care about us and the product, and we have become the product. And I want to keep that going. Like, you know, one of the first things is Kyle from Tasty Doom was talking to us, and he asked how I was going, and I just kind of dumped on him. And just
Not literally, right?
Not literally.
Yeah, right.
I'd have to post it. But like having someone to just, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved. And,
Yeah.
you know, he was super nice. And now I have a church in Ohio or wherever he's from, you know, praying for me. And it's, you know, it's just someone I've never met before, but
Yeah.
only spoken to online. And
Yeah. I think that's something really special about this community that, you know, we might tune in every Monday morning and listen. I think people out there feel for you. I think everyone feels for you, maybe apart from Justin. Everyone feels for you. Justin's cold and dead inside. So, you know.
Saying that, Justin did come over last night.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he want?
He was dropping off some stuff that I ordered, but, you know, he was very nice. He didn't say
Of course,
he
no,
wasn't
no.
mean to me for a change,
Yeah,
which
right.
is great. You know?
But yeah, we're going to respond. I think the podcast is going to have to change a little bit given where you're at and given what's in our future and how this evolves. So we're doing a little bit of work now to figure out what's next and how we keep bringing the story to you, or whether there are other stories we might want to bring or other conversations we might want to bring. I think that's a conversation we need to have internally. We don't want to leave those people out there alone, though. We know that this is a very safe space and a comforting space for them. So we're going to do our best to get back and present something very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And
it may mean that I'm not in it for a bit because, as I said, I'm looking at 6 to 8 weeks in the NICU, and then I'll have to bring the baby home and get used to all the challenges that will provide.
Yeah.
And being that, you know, there might be complications that we have to deal with, or, you know, we just don't know at this stage. It's all going to be a wait and see game. So, yeah, it might be that you guys can continue on without me for a bit, or
it's very hard to kill Reggie without you laying smackdown to Justin every week. But he's almost there, I believe. I think Yeti's pretty much taken care of him. I don't know where this story will take us or how we'll continue that story without you, and I think that's something we've got to do some work around. There are other stories we want to tell, though, and some of them might not even be in the role-playing game area. You know, we've been talking about our love of food and beer and
movies
other things that actually the opening conversations of this podcast have been really quite enjoyable, particularly over the last couple of months. And we think there's something special in that we might want to share more of, that actually we enjoy talking with each other, and we think people out there might enjoy listening to that and joining in that conversation every now and then. So we might have guest stars, we might have a different format or different ways of making this happen. But we're going to beg your forgiveness and just take a little bit of time to give Lindsay a hug, take care of Linz, take care of our people, and then we'll come back to you over the airwaves as soon as we can. Keep looking on a Monday morning, because we'll publish on a Monday morning, and we'll try and get you something every week to keep you updated, but it might not be the content that you've come to know and love over the past year and a bit.
And watch the socials, because we'll post anything up there. We'll post updates. There might not be many baby updates, because depending on, I mean, everything's looking really good as it can for a really shit situation. This baby's already a fighter. Like, it kicks like a horse, and it's fine in the womb. So it's only going to be once this baby has to start breathing, that's the issue.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, one lung looks fully developed and all that kind of stuff. So everything is looking as positive as it can for a crap situation. So I think it's probably going to be harder for me and Rachel on a mental side for a while than it will be for the baby. And the doctors are amazing. The stuff they can do now is amazing. So hopefully everything's going to be good, and I'll be back here in no time. But I will post updates occasionally to keep everyone informed. And
well, I think you've heard me breathing heavy on the podcast. I think you know what it's like to have a gut encroach on your lungs. That's what my body does every day. We're with you, buddy. We're right here with you, and I'm sure everyone out there listening is also with you. And you've got the love of many, many people behind you. We're with you.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna need the support, I think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to sign off here. We'll keep updating every Monday morning. Normally I'd finish with a witty or pithy joke. I don't think I've got one in me today.
No, just, you know, when life gives you shit, you just got to fumble through.
We do. See you next week, maybe.
See ya.